My beautiful stars, reading time. I don't know what deck to go for, which is not like me. That could be a message in itself. You could be feeling a little bit confused at the moment. Let's go for these. All right, let's see what's around you energetically. What is around you? Not what your focus is, just what's around you energetically. Let's see how this goes. And then we will get into it. All right. Main collective. What is around their energy? Oh, that's a nice first card. Secret admirer, maybe. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun flirting, wanting to date. Or maybe not so secret admirer. That's good. Oh, okay, that's way too many. Oh, you've got a revelation. I think this person's about to make their intention clear with you. Clarity, truth, revelation. Palm tree. You could have had, or if this, hold on, I want one more for a palm tree. Because that's about stability, security, permanence, but also endurance and flexibility. So, hold on. Okay, now they're hovering. Where my mind was taking me, I was thinking this could be someone that's kind of in your life that just hasn't really spoken about their feelings, but whoever this person is, I think it's more the endurance. So I don't feel this person's very present in your life right now, but I think you definitely know this person. Whoever it is, they're hovering over their phone. So they're interested in conversing more. Do I text? Do I call? So you clearly make this person nervous, and that ties into this revelation. So they clearly want to make their feelings clear. That's nice. You could have had security with this person once upon a time, but I'm staring at that. No, separation once upon a time. So it's someone you've had a separation with. Sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. But I think that's this collective as well, because I was confused coming into this. So maybe you yourself are a little bit unsure of what comes next. You've got soul contract, soul connection at the bottom. One more for your top row. Whoa. Okay, so you got two of very emotional. This is heartbreak. So, okay, they're the two most emotional separation cards. The Axe card's very sudden, unexpected, feels very deceitful and shocking. There's a lot of sadness here. So deeply hurt over this separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving and mourning. Okay, straight off the bat, for the right collective, whoever this person is, they clearly, you went through a grieving period with this person. So it's not like if someone hasn't come to your mind straight away, or there's not someone from the past that, you know, really affected you like this, not for you. I just want one more for this. Someone likes you. Because this could mean a couple things, actually. You right now could be going through a grieving mourning phase over somebody. Like, this could be someone that, I know this could be a newer energy. Hold on a second. And maybe your heart space isn't just, oh nah, they're wearing a mask, so it is this person. So whoever this, they like you, they're not showing their true feelings. They've been hiding, pretending, deluding, denial, bit of gaslighting here. So I do think it's kind of the same person, I'm going to be honest. Because if it's someone new, they wouldn't be gaslighting, and like they would be trying to it would be very flirty. It would be very, like, even if they hadn't made their intention clear, they would be very attentive to your energy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Whoever this person is, no wonder they're hovering. They're, I think, nervous. Okay, let's clarify. Mask, I like you. There, you got the axe. So you, and I literally just deviate. So this person, they broke your heart and they did it in an abrupt way. That's why they're nervous. Breakup, separation, silent treatment, abandonment. And they did that to you, not showing their true feeling. Now this is the energy around you, but in turn, this is what happened to your heart space. And this could be them right now. Really ricochet that emotion. People that leave people like, and I always say, a masculine energy, you don't need to be in a male vessel, deals with heartbreak different to a feminine energy. Feminine energy leads with emotion. Masculine, logic, action. They try and suppress, especially unhealed masculine energy. So they suppress, either, you know, really try and replace quite quickly, avoid the emotion, distract themselves, go out a lot. They really try and subside that initial pain, where a feminine energy will feel that initial pain, and again, you lead with the emotion of the whole thing. But it doesn't mean them suppressing, trying to replace, avoid. It's not going to catch up to them. So it's weird. I feel this collective, you still could be feeling a little bit of this, but I feel like you've maybe gone through the severity of it, because this is the energy around you. I feel this person, remember, their heart's opening up again. They're just hiding. They're hovering. I feel even though they left this way, one, there was a lot deeper emotion than maybe they let on, and they were trying to subside. But now I feel this emotion has caught up to them. That's what I'm feeling. I will confirm. But trying to keep a positive mindset. So I think this is you. As I said it, I feel this collective. Yes, this was painful. It could still, you know, trigger you sometimes. But I do think this collective, you've been stepping into your power. You've been trying to focus on the things that make you positive. Maybe you really have been focusing on gratitude and manifestation. And I just feel this collective, what was once so severe for you, maybe isn't as much. Again, remember I kept seeing this word endurance. So I do feel this collective, it has weighed heavy on your heart. Like you've really had to endure through what you went through with this person. But now I think even you're coming into clarity in your mind, and you're seeing this situation very differently. Maybe you've had a sudden revelation of that energy, just feeling like you can breathe a bit better through this now. Like not so anxious and overwhelmed. Let's get one more for that, bro. Yeah, you're sick of the outdated thinking, replaying events over and over in your mind. This is with the positive mindset and the sword of truth, the sword and rose. So it hasn't been easy for this collective, that's for sure. Palm tree. Oh, I'll get both of them. Oh my God, so they are hovering, they're spying. And again, confirmation. This has taken time. The endurance. This is needed time, took time in cycles, time to heal. But you were progressing. But this person, finally, they're progressing as well. But I've had so many spy collectives this week. But they're watching. Another card of the gaslighting. I really feel this person maybe denied some things here or made you feel a little bit crazy. But they're focusing out. So they're not just nervous, they're obsessed. I've got to get those message cards. Hold on, let's get... I'm seeing that obsessed and nervous card in that deck. It came out again, so it is part of your soul contract. This separation was part of your soul contract. Soul connection, partnership agreement, soul contract. But this is underneath the unsure, the confusion. So maybe this collective, I know this is around you, but maybe around you right now you are confused if this was ever part of your soul contract. I'll tap into that as well, the soul contract of this separation, this connection. Which clearly this clock is very relevant here for this collective. And maybe that's why it's that time card. I'm afraid it's too late to act. Wow. So once upon a time, this was your paradise, but it helped you find your oneness again. It might have taken a while, but I feel this helped you find you. This heartbreak, especially with this clock, if this is really something in your soul contract, it was meant to help you find yourself through the pain. I know we've got hovering the sword of truth, but this sunglasses and mask, I don't know if this, let's just get one more. Like, you didn't get the lightning or the love call, or like, I don't know if this is a movement or reminiscing and wanting to make new memories. And they've got the hand of cards, so they literally are being strategic and holding their cards close to their chest. Okay, this girl, boy with a snake, I always see this as an interference, but not sexually. It's either a family, for a permanent fixture. So there's been someone also involved in this connection, fake empath, I don't like that word narcissist, just someone maybe unawakened in life, very self-unaware in life, but they've been charmed, used by this person, lacked boundaries with this person, so that it's like someone that they trust or someone that's been in their life for a very long time has added to that, them holding their emotion. I feel this person, it's like they pry in the background, like people don't know the intensity of the emotion they still have for you, is what I'm hearing. But it could have been tied to some form of backstab, deception. This is like that sudden betrayal, that shocking attack. It came out of nowhere. All right, just quickly before we break it down, I just want to get those message cards quickly. Then I want to see your perspective on this situation, just to balance that. I was just to make sure this is yours, and then we'll start really getting into it. Hold on, I got to find that deck. Okay, so this person's emotion right now. Wow, wasn't expecting that. They've been finding nervous. First cut. That's this person's nervous. So they effed up you. You make me nervous even just thinking about. That's why they're nervous. Obsessed. You, my angels. They were the two cards I was seeing. Nervous and obsessed. Sorry, but this is good. This one shocked me. Finding themselves. So they have been finding themselves. I think I'm obsessed with you. I think about you all the time. I stalk your socials, spy, confirmation, and I hope to run into you when I'm out. Oh, I'm hearing that, purposely run into you. Be careful. If they're obsessed and like that could be like, you got stalker. You got stalker energy. It's very rare I hear this. Like if you think or you know that this person like drive past, like that it could be borderline unhealthy. Hold on. I want to get these shadow cards. Finding myself. It was time I went within to find myself. I needed to figure out what I wanted out of life. I needed space. Oh, well, they regret that. Whoa. That's quite a few. They need to come out. Pride and prejudice. I'm hearing their pride. And that snake. I think this person was really bound to their ego and opinions. This reminds me of a personality that really struggles to take accountability for their wrongs. Very stubborn approach. Even when they know they're in the wrong, it's really hard for them to come to the table. They could be quite combative, quite a defensive personality trait, very argumentative, start unnecessary chaos. It's like when they're backed in a corner, they either just take off. Like, I just feel this person, communication was not their strong. Look at that snake. That is literally reminding me of that girl boy with a snake card. Very impressionable, seeks outside admiration. They could be that kind of very materialistic, showy kind of person, like always having to look good, and they really care about people's opinions and how they're perceived by others. Unspoken words, which holds back their emotion, even when they know they're wrong. So they're holding on to what has not been spoken. The cards, the mask, the hovering, the sunglasses, like all of those, this person hides in the background. Look at him. That's reminding me of that wordless, the love pop, the yellow deck. They've got so much to say, but they haven't known how to express themselves because they didn't want to take accountability. And time. I think time has affected this. Wow. Control, and they are controlled by their environment, and it chains them because of their pride and ego. This person would struggle with self-esteem issues. So even though they might present very overly confident, the most secure person in the world, internally it's like a true lack of seeing who they really are. They've been shackled and chained, and this has controlled them as well, but they haven't let on it has. It's so funny. I'm staring at that clawed hand over this person's mind, and it's like, I just feel sometimes their ego and the deception that is spoken, the fake empath, narcissist being charmed, used, enabled. It's like they would listen more to the advice and opinions than their own thought pattern. It's like they're controlled by the words of others, and I don't even think this person would ever even admit it. Or they even know it, how impressionable they are. Let's get one more. And this poor collective, you've taken it all personally because of how they've shut down. You would be so confused. I don't even think you think this person cares. Two more. That's be it. So they're self-destructive, self-sabotage, especially because they can't own their faults. They're self-destructive. They seek chaos. As soon as they feel stability and smooth sailings in life, subconscious trauma, subconscious programming, they create chaos. They create a storm. They're self-destructive. They'd be impulsive. They'd be irrational. Again, highly accusatory, starting unnecessary arguments. But again, this is their shadow that they've needed to heal. And there's that stabbed in the back. And look at that. I know this says self-sabotage, but look at him in despair with that knife. I think this person's in despair over what they've done. I was about to say watch the whole thing, but would still be in the first part. Complete despair over the betrayal, wrong decision. I feel this person knows they ruined something good. Guilt and self-doubt, their self-esteem, everything. This person, that's sad. So they go into self-destruction, self-sabotage. The reason people thrive in chaos like this, believe it or not, they don't even know they do it. People that start unnecessary grievances, very highly critical, always creating ups and downs in relationship, they want that emotional ignition from the opposing person. Even if that emotional ignition is an argument, subconsciously it shows that your emotions invested enough to go back and forth, invested enough to chase, invested enough to pine. It all comes from self-worthiness issues. So this person, and because they already struggle with their self-esteem, this is why they hide their emotions so much. They'd be a conflict avoidant too. So even though they seek chaos to validate the other person's emotion towards them, as soon as that erupts, they'd take off. They'd be an escapist. So they start fires but don't know how to deal with the fires. This is how severe trauma can really affect our communication style. And boy, oh boy, this collective, did you pick a winner? Like when it comes to self-destructive emotion and communication. So no wonder this separation was bound to your soul contract. This person needed to find themselves and evolve. So would you have. That's going to be very interesting, that deck for your soul contract here. And I'm going to do what it was meant to provide for you and what it was meant to provide for them, to see if it's... Let's just get 2 more. Oh, still obsessed. These 2 are the obsessive cards. So they still have a claim on you. So they're jealous. They'd still be jealous. They'd get triggered by your socials, yet they can't stop opening Pandora's box. So every time they'd be tempted, right, to, let's say, reach out or move forward, they would check your socials. They're probably someone that goes through your followers, your likes, your comments, and it would trigger them. It would trigger them into a state of jealousy, which would stop them from coming through. It would anger them, right? I know that sounds, again, trauma. But I get so pissed knowing other people can have you. Is it toxic? Yes, it is. But this card says, yeah, I don't care. I want this world to know you're mine. When people love this obsessive love, this claiming love, this highly validating love, you're coming from a broken place. When I talk, it's very rare I get this kind of obsessed kind of love. I literally will have people in the comments saying, I love that kind of love. You need to work on yourself in the nicest way. Love should not be like that. That's highly chaotic. You should never feel claimed or caged in a relationship. How's that going to thrive long term? That means there's no trust with one another. You cannot thrive long term in a relationship without trust. It might work for a few months or a couple years. That will never be a life partner. So just, or one of those really toxic karmic relationships that you're in for 5, 7, maybe 10 years, but towards the end of it, you don't even talk to each other. You stonewall each other. This love style will never work. So yes, they've got 1. I'm finding myself. You want to hope those shadow cards is what they've actually developed, not what they're still in. Because anyway, 1 more. Your perfection. So they hold you on a pedestal. Not good. So that means they would compare you, would affect their self-esteem. If they're seeing you as perfect, this whole black cat, golden, that's absolute rubbish. Love should be equal. Love should be equal. Your beauty amazes me. I'm not sure how I'm so attracted to someone like you, but I'm forever grateful. And this shows their severe trauma. You're perfect in their eyes. That look at all of them about literally creeping on you, but they can't express it. This person would be a long sufferer. This person's probably isolated, or especially now that they've gone, I think intuitively through their avoidant phase and it's all catching up on them. This person would be a wreck. This is that I cry at night. When they're alone, they probably do get really emotional. 1 more. Have my kids. Holy and your wild side. So they're going over the sexual chemistry too. This person could be highly sexual. They could always approach you Knight of Wands kind of way. There's a side to you I haven't seen and I want to see you get loose. Let's get wild and have some fun. Have my kids. I want to have a family with you. I know you'd be an amazing... Can you see the imbalance? So all of those spy cards, but yet look at the intensity of these. Wounded energy. It's not divine masculine energy. Look at the depth of emotion here, but they're not budging. They're not budging. Conflict avoidant. Avoidant in general. That's not... I don't want to say it too soon. I can't see how there's been too much healing here yet. Anyway, sometimes I do speak too soon. Let's just see your perspective on this. Then I want to see soul contract for you, this person. And then we'll break down true intention. And we'll see if there's movement through these parts. And then if there is, we'll get tarot for what's coming next. Okay. Just quickly your perspective. Oh, God. My angels, you have got Four of Wands in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse, Lovers in reverse. So once upon a time, you did feel this was a soul contract. You probably thought this was your twin, your divine. This card literally says they were a heartbreaker. You feel manipulated by them, disappointed. They revoked so many offers, but you know they're obsessed. And even you would have gone through an obsession if you thought this was your person destined for you in life. And once upon a time, or even now, you could still see them as a divine, but look at what's around you energetically. The discord, the disharmony, the trust issues, how disconnected you feel from them. And this collective, you're confused. You think this person has literally scrapped you. Aren't you wrong? Lack of support, disgenuine, family problems. Girl, boy with a snake, watch the whole thing. Cancelled things, make sense with the revoked offers. Discord, there could have been an important event that there was abruption or cancelled just as a memory. Why am I seeing like a birthday or a dinner or something that was like cancelled last minute? This card can also be a card of divorce. I'm not feeling this is a marriage though. Could have felt like if it was a true divine. Anyway, let's get a few more. That's some heavy stuff, this collective. And I'm not going to lie, I really, their actual shadow for this collective, like I said, oh my God, Empress in reverse. So you're blocked intuition here. This created insecurities. We said that before, how dependent you were on this. How you neglected yourself for this person. And I said they were very combative. I find combative people, you can be in the middle of a conflict and the penny can drop in their mind that they're wrong, right? And remember I was saying this person, when they're backed in the corner because they can't own, they'll just take off, right? Escapist, conflict avoidant. I feel this person, and that is that's emotional manipulation. If you know you're wrong, but you're going to keep projecting that out to make someone feel you're literally emotionally manipulating someone. It wouldn't surprise me if you have memories of that. You got 2 gaslighted cards. You got, like, that's some heavy stuff. This person, and I was saying it, how you have this person made you lose your confidence within, especially when it comes to your intuition. Like I think once you truly did believe they were obsessed and they held you on a pedestal, but it just doesn't make sense. They're Knight of Wands behavior. That's what we said before. So they really have presented Knight of Wands. Impulsive, sexual, they could be very attractive in your eyes. Or here's my little player, when we're reading energy like this, he confirms this collective, you could have thought this person was putting their finger in however many pies, but again, present very confident, but internally not so much. Impulsive and irrational as well. And the sad thing is, can't take accountability for their impulse and irrationality. Their shadow. Holy, my angels, look at this. Four of Wands, Knight of Cups, Lovers, Empress in reverse. Upright, Knight of Wands, and the Devil. Sexual addictions, materialism, we spoke about that before. Normal addictions, another card of obsession, things that grip you. And even your shadow through this. How this behavior made you walk through your shadow as well. It's that kind of just this person constantly dangling the carrot in front of you, and it took at least you're kind of seeing. I hope this isn't how you still feel. Like I want to see what confirms these. This has gripped you for a long time, and you know they move through that shadow. Watch the whole thing. Four of Wands in unclear, so it has made you confused. But this card specifies the withholding information, the avoidance. This is why you think it's disgenuine. You really have felt a lack of support here, but you feel like you've been blinded. You feel like, again, questioning your intuition with all the obstacles. How many obstacles have come because of this connection? How much they withheld from you. At least you know it blinded you. Going over their energy, that's why you need so much discernment in collectives. You can see how this person, like, you can see that those shadow cards, and I just, no wonder you feel this way, this collective. You haven't seen a difference. This person's been holding everything back. It's sad because most of these cards are kind of, why was I so blinded? Why didn't I pay attention? Why did I fall short to this? Sexuality as well. There could have been a detail about sexuality. Oh God. So this is where you've had your heart broken. You really, Six of Cups in return. And now you're in nostalgia. I would say ruminating. You've always thought you would revisit the past with this, that this person would return home. But right now, this collective, because again, as a reader, not here to tell you how to feel, here to confirm it, right collective's perspective right now in this moment, the memories here, your memories, right now, this is underneath the heartbreak, the manipulation, the disappointment, the revoked offers, the obsession, right? You can feel the obsession clearly. It's painful. It's painful. I do think this collective, just with this blocked intuition and you feel a little bit silly, plane taking off. Lovers in reverse. Oh, you did think they were... You got the Empress and Emperor here, by the way, but you did think this was your divine person. But now you don't trust in it. The divine masculine. And I always say he thrives in stability. He's structured, authority, law and order, ambitious, good willpower, good determination, proper divine masculine energy. He locks in, he gets it done. This is where you're like, what is going on with my brain? Because you haven't seen this in them. But I do think that you did feel... Four of Wands for me is I've allocated as my 20 card, but it's in reverse. So I do think once upon a time you really thought this person was your divine person. So he's reminding me a little bit of that sacred rage energy. We've done a video on that before. Oh, now you want to balance yourself. So that very first deck where I said, I think this is where remember keeping the positive mindset. I think for so long you really thought, because it's such opposite. I always say true divines, yes, you're like two peas in a pod, you reflect, but you also like chalk and cheese. And I really do think for so long you really thought this would come into balance through your patience. But now this is where you feel insecure with this outlook. You feel like you're not... Your intuition's wrong. You feel like you're just codependent on the outcome. This is what you're questioning. Will this ever come into balance? Even if you did find your purpose, you haven't seen the moderation. You haven't seen the change. This person's shadow is pretty... Watch the first part. That's very intense stuff to get through. You've tried to alchemize. You've tried to transmute. I think you have. I know this is yours. I think you're going through a phase right now. We will confirm with other decks. Just right now, this collective, you're questioning everything. All right, Knight of Wands and the Devil. Star in reverse, where I think for so long you were trusting in the universal flow of life and You really did think this would be a miracle that would come to pass, but now you lack faith, you feel hopeless, the negativity, the despair. You're lacking inspiration for this. They don't feel the same in you anymore. Maybe you're angry at them, maybe your energy's changed here. But even for them, let's take it to them as a person. You could think that they lack inspiration in life, that they're hopeless, that they're negative. It surprised me that they're in despair. I said that word. This person was in despair with that photo. Wow. So this has been over a year. You haven't had your feelings validated. So over a year, don't make it fear. Right, collective, this has not been tied off. That means they had the hand of cards, the mask, the not so secret admirer. What else was there that was showing? The sunglasses. So you've been feeling this person tugging at your energy with obsession, nerves, this, that, not every day for a year, but this is how much they would access you because of the intensity of emotion. So if this is a really soul bound soul connection, it would have been so hard for you to clear this person out of your system because they were constantly accessing you, but in a sneaky evil eye kind of way. I always talk about the evil eye. So they were attacking you energetically, not knowing purposely, but of course if you think you're divine, you're an energy reader, right? I always say a good way to decipher if it's your overthinking or someone else's is through a train of thought, right? So let's just say you're doing something you used to always do with this person. Of course, you're going to think about them train of thought. Let's just say a song comes on or you see a certain sign that that resonates with this person. Of course, that's your thought pattern. It's coming, even if it's coming from a sign. I say signs are for you. People think that signs mean that someone's thinking of, I always say signs from up above. This journey is to create internal balance, sovereignty, teaching you are one with you. You don't need external in life, right? But you have to decipher them. I talk about this all the time. But anyway, my point is, if something triggers that thought pattern to a train of thought, that's your thought pattern. But let's just say you're out with friends or you're reading a book about crime or whatever. Something that should not trigger a thought pattern, and all of a sudden, poof, they come up in your mind. That's someone accessing you. And that could be anyone. That could be someone from 10 years ago. It could be a family member. It could be a co-worker. It could be this person. If someone just comes into your mind, even the dream state as well means they're accessing your energy a lot. That is someone tugging at you. It's a good way because a lot of people will think it's the signs that mean they're thinking about you or they're coming through. Signs are for you. But again, you need to allocate, my eyeballs, you need to allocate them. So your perspective, all right. So let's get what their soul contract, what they were meant to learn from this, and then I want to get yours. I actually want to see how this person sees you, because they see you as perfect, they're obsessed. I want to see how they see you as a person as well. But first, let's get their soul contract. What energy? I want to see if they're progressing through this or they're still bound to it as well. So we'll see their soul contract and then what confirms it, if they're overcoming it or they're still stuck with it. That's the intention. Okay. Okay, so their soul contract to find their life path, to discover themselves, to find their way, to know where they were going, to start making a plan, to connect to their internal compass, to learn how to get things going, to learn how to breathe and fan the flames when things were getting too heavy. It was supposed to be a catalyst of heart awakening, to ignite their true desire, like internal desires within, to teach them that effort is required. So you know how I kept saying this person starts chaos and then doesn't deal with it, right? That effort is required to things. 22:33. You could be watching this if you've got 24-hour time on at 22:33. So 10:33. You could be seeing 2233 a lot as well. Maybe that's an angel number you need to look up. Angel numbers go up in the thousands, but anyway. And that would actually come to 10. 6 and 4 equals 10 completion. To find their inner... it was meant to awaken them. This was meant to create a judgment energy in them, a total transformation. They were meant to heed the call. They were meant to renew. They were meant to surrender to the old. They were meant to awaken, go through a rebirth, clean slate, fundamental changes, clear and purge. So they were destined. Their soul contract meeting you was aligned to a divine activation, which means, and everyone can change if they... You've got 11, 22, 33. Look at the synchronized numbers. Sorry, I thought my eyeballs were on again. Clearing and purging. So you both, I think this collective, if they were destined for a divine activation, so were you. It will be intriguing to see if this has happened though, like when we confirm them. Everyone can change if they want to change. I know that's some heavy emotion. Like that is some deep set stuff that this person needs to work through. Just to be clear, again, watch from part 1. That's not easy to change. That would take years, my angels, years. Self-sabotage, the ego issues, the what was it? There was so many conflict of, like there was so many things. But the fact that these are all synchronized, mirrored, intuitively, I do feel this person's reflecting on their trauma. But we'll see. Oh, the stepping stones. Things don't come easy. Efforts required, perseverance, persistence. This person gives up too easily. As soon as things get abruptive, what's next? They get easily sidetracked. Baby steps, process of progression. Learn how to keep on going. Learn how to persevere, step by step. Spiritual growth. It was meant to grow them. 17th of November could be important. 17 just in general as a number. That's good. Wow, how to deal with loss. They could have, in this soul contract, been destined to have passings. I find true soul connections. You guys go through losses and passings in your separation to teach you how short life really is. And for other things that I still don't completely understand why you guys go through so many losses. But anyway, death, loss, to remember forgotten memories, to not be so discouraged and absent-minded and always fall short to defeat, to push through the down and out energy, to learn how to deal with this person. Remember I said it's like they make mistakes but they don't take accountability. They're a condemner. Once they're like, nah, that's done, condemn basket. No matter how much it like overwhelms them, they're just so stubborn with accountability. It was really meant to teach them heavy emotion, how to get through it. Life's a roller coaster. Life doesn't get easier. We just get better. When we think this is not a part of life, it's that absolute security. That's an illusion. Nothing's absolutely secure in life. Things always come and go, no matter how successful, no matter how... I don't even want to say his name because now he's got such a stigma around the world, but... Even billionaires can go bankrupt time and time again. Like, nothing is ever permanently secure in this world. And people that believe that, or believe relationships should be in a category, no argument, no, like, this person, things that are ignite them emotionally, they run from. They were scared of emotion. That's no life to live. 8th of September, 8th of September this month could be important, or 9th of August could have been important, or the 17th of the 8th and 9th. Oh my God, to teach them victory, how to get to the end stop. So part of this soul contract and true divines, it is, you come into this because you're meant to light up the world. You're meant to have a grand, well, not a grand stage, but you are meant to be seen. You have that influential glow for a reason. Win, victory, a better reputation, how to find success, how to appreciate key experiences, how to find goals in life, fame. This person could be destined for fame or to deserve an award, to teach them ambition and achievement. Nothing worth having in life comes easy. To have true success, it's the pain, it's the struggle, it's the constantly clawing your way up that Mount Everest that makes you appreciate it, that makes it permanent. You get things too easy, you don't appreciate it. It was meant to teach them not to give up. All right, let's see what they've learned, if they have learned. Okay, let's confirm. Oh, that's good. So with this finding their true north in life, they have learned to communicate better, to find out more information. Maybe they're learning through certain things. This says written documents, but I'm seeing someone like evolving in the mind. Let it be self-help books or, mentorship. I was about to therapy, but I stopped myself. They could have started but then stopped, especially if it's more of an enlightened energy, more non-traditional kind of ways of healing. But this card specifies making contact, which makes me feel I want one more. 27th of July could be important, or the 22nd of July. Yes, and that ties in with the victory. So they have established this, their ambition. So they have found something in life, their career, longevity, achievement. It's developing. They clearly... especially if this person's an 8. I always say 8s are normally destined to your great fortune later on in life. You're really bound by that Saturn karma energy, and unfortunately 8s, finances is a huge thing for you guys. You're normally very motivated by money, and it's a lesson to learn that this world isn't all just about money. So you kind of normally have like a string of every couple of years switching your job, like you're really destined for that path of true fortune a little bit later on in life. And just this lesson about this person having to push and not give up, it really ties into an 8 energy. And I just feel this person was always destined to achieve big things. It was part of something to really help them, especially true divine masculines. They protect, they provide. Success is something that actually builds their confidence. So doesn't surprise me this is part of their contract, not just for this connection, but to help them find themselves, like to believe in themselves. And it's not even the financial gain of, I know provide, but it's just to be that reputation and that, just succeeding at something you're truly passionate about and feeling appreciated and understanding hard work and those things that, especially for divines, it's more the way that you really help others. It just lights up your soul. There's something, it's not just about money. It's a lot to do with this person's reputation. You've got to remember they're very impressionable. They really fall short to how other people perceive them, right? That's part of who they are, but they need to balance it. They lead through that with insecurities. They depend way too much on that to make them feel seen. Whereas if they stand in their birthright, they stand in their victory for something they're truly passionate about, and they see it's appreciated by others just through more that reputation of achievements, I feel this will balance this person and their impressionable need of affirmation, and from coming from a place of insecurities to more feeling proud because they're stepping into their worth and what they're really destined to do. Does that make sense? It's making sense in my mind because it comes from the wrong place right now. But to teach them to not give up when obstacles are here, to breathe, to put the effort in to remove the obstacles in life. Are they completely there? This is a good card to confirm this. This says obstacles removed. They're wise, they're trusting, they're standing in their power, they have their wits about them, their dream state's been activated. There's some form of awakening. They're starting to be more gentle with themselves and maybe the people around them when they're triggered. This first row and this last row, I don't think they're completely there. This one as well, I do think they're starting to for these to be here, they're learning that effort is needed. The obstacles don't just fall away by sitting there feeling sorry for yourself. But I just can't get past their energy right now. Like, it's so frightened. It's so, again, the nervous, it's I just can't see how this person has completely gone through this stuff. And I always say, if your separation is bound to this stuff needs to be ticked off and learned. It's what holds you guys back. And that's why I say just focus on yourself and your own healing. Wow, did you see them come out? Underneath the Judgment, they did get they're on, oh my God. It's the 50. They got the Mother Gaia of the world, but they got the Crossroads, right? So as I said, I just can't see how they've completely gone through this Judgment energy. Why do my eyeballs keep coming on? They've tapping into their inner identity, grounded in their purpose. So maybe I'm wrong with that. They're experiencing duality, inner and outer worlds. Practicality, center of everything, balancing. They've got a world here. So they have completed out some things. Accomplishment, duty, responsibility, completion of cycles. Structure, achievement, commitments, boundaries, the girl boy with the snake, the interference, but certain restrictions. They're on a crossroad. I think they're really, like, they must be on it's like they're literally on a crossroads right now. Crossroads of their journey. They've got multiple, another 2-2. So you've literally got 2-2-2-2. You could be seeing a lot of 2-2-2-2. There's a free will. This can alter their timeline right now. So they're on a crossroads. So they're either going to prolong a cycle or accelerate a cycle. There's an opportunity here, but they're weighing up the options. Do I choose my independence or do I think you're a big part of this decision right now, this collective. Hold on, I want one more for that. It could be a job thing as well. 1122, it could be an important angel mystery. It hasn't been decided. Go grab a book. I always say this card. Go see what you're magnetically pulled to, book, magazine, whatever. Turn to page 10 or 26. The first line is a message from your angels. If this whole reading has resonated, we're up to the row of them and their crossroads. See what advice you get and write it in the comments. I always love to see. But it's hidden right now. It's a mystery. Secrets, the unknown. There's something here. They haven't made a decision. But the time has come, so it's knocking on their door. They have been putting in so much effort. A completion, abundance, fulfillment. It's a scary decision. And I always say just before a big decision, that devil creeps in. And this is sometimes when we fall short. It's either, we get the imposter syndrome. We look at all the negatives, think it's going to backfire. We just get that fear before that finish line. And I feel that's what's over this person. They're either going to complete something out or they're going to prolong this cycle. But it's a mystery. They haven't made their mind up. 26 of the 10th could also be an important memory or birth. Or 1026. I'm seeing my charm, my stopped clock. You could be seeing this at 1026, but 1026 could be an important time because I'm seeing my charm when time stops. This is a true crossroads for this person right now. It's a big row there. Judgment, Mother Gaia, world, the mystery, the crossroads, or yes, the time has come. On the verge of a big decision. Why am I hearing it could be something to do with travel? I'm hearing it in my mind. They're meant to be a boss CEO, boss, the stepping stones, not to give up, the spiritual growth. They could be quite muscular, quite athletic, especially with that Knight of Wands. This says strong, muscular. I'm not going to say large and hairy, but it says large and hairy on it. I never say these last ones. But their finances, boss, coach, CEO. 15th of October. All right, this bears and elephants could be important signs. The perfect time, as I said, as time stops. That charm's very important. Your clock could have just stopped. A battery could have run out of a watch. Or if you wear one of those Apple Watches or whatever, maybe you've got to charge it or something. I'm seeing time stop. I'm seeing something go blank. Perfect time. Understand that loss always happens for a reason. Rejection is protection. Remember the first deviation. Even when it comes to death, I always say it. When a soul's ready to leave, it'll leave. It's the soul's journey, not the meat suit's journey. But again, another one about culmination of effort, and this emotion grows us. This emotion makes us unstoppable. This emotion gives us phoenix energy. 19, sun energy, to find their masculine strength. And their feminine strength with that Mother Gaia too. Okay, going overseas, there could be something to do with travel for this collective, but this victory, they're going to go places here. Their vehicle as a detail right now, something could be going on, but movement, going with the wind, travel overseas. There's something here about travel for this person to build a community around them. I really do feel this person has a big future path here. All of these to confirm if they're there. It's kind of like it's hard. It's like it's getting there. Does that make sense? I think whatever this decision is really going to start accelerating things, but I think they're fearful of making it. And if they just take this decision here, there's a true clear and purge coming. A true clean slate. One more. To trust in the divine and trust in divine timing. So this person that would be really hard for them to believe in things that aren't tangible, or to let go and surrender to the universal flow of life, to create soul spark, source energy, to be present, to trust in the life force around them, to stand in their prime element. This was part of this soul contract through this separation. The divine masculine sun energy with the divine knot, the Celtic knot. To trust in unconditional love, legendary love, divine union, eternal love, infinity, enduring. That's why they need to learn endurance. You've learned at this collective. Watch the whole thing. Connected, love of a lifetime. To get through their ego, their pride, another big detail, to find their purpose in life, to have success, self-realization, to connect to true internal vitality, to be well directed, to activate their creative spark and their identity. The sun, that 19, that clock, that perfect timing is so important. There's something about a clock as a detail, because I saw my charm. That is when I say my mind deviates. If you have not just had something with a clock, or time just stop, or it being that 10:26, or you're in London, is it London that has the Big Ben, or you have a clock like one of those old clocks in your home that go bing, bing, when it hits 12. Why am I hearing church bells right now? You know how they ring the big bell, or you live near a church that rings the bell? Something here to do with that clock. Okay. We split it on the Wolverine, how to heal their unpredictable Knight of Wands energy, but to tap into their fierceness, to give into power struggles, not fall short to them, to work on their possessiveness, to become fearless, to become determined. Oh, I flicked that. Okay. That's their soul contract for this separation. I want to see yours, and then I want to see how they're viewing you. Hold on, let me just cleanse it out and shuffle it. All right, let's see yours, what you needed to learn. And we'll do the same, what you needed to learn, and see if you've ticked it off yet. Oh, you got the time has come. Culmination of all your and the magician, to realize your power. Master manifester. Creator of universal magic. To learn how to work with the energy around you in the right way. So culmination of effort. You were meant to come into completion. You were meant to find your abundance. You were meant to tap into your fulfillment. You were meant to release the old. Gain fruits of your labor. Have you achieved the fruits of your labor yet? To move on from past things. To work on your communication, your manifestation, your glowing threads, the power of your mind, the power of thought, the way you expressed, your resourcefulness. To learn to jump on that inspired action with that masculine strength and trust your intuition, willpower, mental discipline. The world, what the F? Accomplishments were huge for this collective. You were meant to really move on from the old version of yourself. You were really meant to sit in your accomplishments. Have you built your greatness? Have you built your empire? Have you accomplished all those things? A big part of yours is finances, structure. If you're both divines, you're meant to glow up this world. Are you glowing up this world? Because until that's done in your separation, structure, achievement, commitments, learn boundaries, to restrict yourself from things that you know you should. Say no to yourself when you're meant to, and yes to yourself when you're meant to. Mental discipline. You're getting the same cards. All of them are the same cards, but the magician, and I shuffled them and I cleansed them. You're both meant to be established through your ambition. I think you're both meant to, this retiring early, I think this is a power couple collective. If you've had intuition that you two are meant to come in and create something together, because I'm hearing it, but your career development, achievements, this is for both of you to learn in your, I always say you can't have a power couple with one powerful person. You need two. 30th of the 8th or 2nd, 28 as the number in general, or 2nd of the 8th, 8th of the 2nd. Oh, to learn how to get through your yarn energy. So they got the death energy. You needed to learn how to get out of complicated circumstances, things that string you along, learn to walk away from no-win situations, self-confidence. When you're all tied up, how to get out of a conundrum without blaming, tangled hassles, problems, how to overcome these things, how to find strength. Theirs is a lot heavier. They have a real fear over emotion. You, when you're not winning, when you don't know what's coming next, when there's circumstances that create uncertainty and this and that, you just, I don't want to say it's if you're true divines, I do think painful emotion would really overwhelm you. But it's more the complicated things, the things you don't have answers to. It's like you just can't walk away. You cannot walk away from things that make you feel like this. When that's this collective, you've got to learn anything that makes you feel like this. Boundary, what's next? I'm going to focus on the things I can control, not the things I can't control, which means things that you cannot control make you emotionally restless and feel tangled up in life. That was your lesson, to ground this. These two came together to ground, and this card's about boundaries. When this stuff comes up, boundary, to really settle your roots in this world, to find comfort, to find structure, organization, learn boundaries. 24th or 23rd of the 4th or 24th of the 4th. So when this yarn energy comes up, again, focus on the things that create structure and organization, not on the things that just make you, again, emotionally restless. But have you started this structure, this organize? Again, this is the stuff you're meant to tick off in your soul contract for separation. Oh my God. You got it. So you got the yes, time has come, culmination of effort, magician, this accomplishment world, and you got the lily, head of the pack. Success. getting it done, leading the way, finishing first, dominating. To truly learn motivation, you and this person both had to really, really develop this. Your will to win, persist. It's funny, that's where this gets mixed up. Because you're a winner. You're a winner. So that's why the things that you don't have control of, you cannot budge. But that's, I always say this when I see this. This is great for accomplishing, because you can achieve. It's perseverance, it's persistence, it's not giving up. It's that 9 of Wands, it's holding the line, trusting in that Ace of Pentacles, just knowing this is going to take so much effort, dedication and commitment, but boy oh boy, I know this is going to ground powerfully. Magician, live as if you've already got it, right? I'm going to make this my reality. I can see it, right? Plane taking off. Things you've got no control of, like emotion, someone else's emotion, okay, that is, you cannot have a will to win here. That's where this collective would be so hard to let go of this stuff, because you have this within you to achieve big things. But there's a difference. This is great for career, self-development, other people, situations you've got no control of. Not good. To learn the difference of where to direct this powerful energy. To ground this. Right, collective, that'll be like ding, ding, ding. That's really strong soul. You really need to improve your mind. If you're a magician, I always say what you focus on, you create, good or bad. Okay. The time has... You still fall short to magnetic desire sometimes. So this time has come. A little bit more effort is required here for this collective. You got to not give in to the gravitational pull and temptations of things. Maybe there's certain habits that you know you need to break, or... You still long for even the fruits of your labor, or long for the outcome of this. Like, you've got to let go. You're both, I think this collective, you would have a powerful crossroads coming up. Magician. Take inspired action. So you still push away your intuition at times. They're trying to give you a new start, a new cycle here. You're a trendsetter. You're powerful. You need to do some things new. You're a leader. Remember, head of the pack. There's a new beginning that's needed with some. This collective, you would get examples. I always get... When you get just inspired intuition, it could literally be you're at home and you're like, I just want to go for a walk. Get up and go for a walk. Don't put it off. Maybe there's someone you're meant to meet on your path. Or let's say you go to one shop normally and you're like, actually, I want to go to that shop today. Do it. There's a reason you've been intuitively guided to do it. Let it be you want to change your daily structure. Do it. Stop avoiding it. Stop saying, I'll do it tomorrow. Let it be you want to change certain things habit-wise for yourself. Do it. Stop avoiding it. They're saying there is something here. They try and access you to get things going, create change, especially if it's something to do with your career. You keep avoiding it, which means you have avoidant tendencies, which means as a person, what we put out will call in as lessons, or sometimes people to balance us. Yes, inspired action, qualities they have that we inspire within our soul to achieve. You would constantly call in avoidant people or conflict avoidance because you yourself struggle with it. Okay, not to the extreme that you might be getting reflected, but you have a bit of it in you that needs to change. You have learnt your dependability, but I do think sometimes you lack faith. I think you have accomplished a lot of things in your cycles, but still a few more. There's something still a little bit stuck. That's what I'm feeling with this. But I do think as each cycle goes on, you find more and more inspiration. Maybe you're lacking inspiration right now, but there's still sometimes you fight certain illusions, but your psychic abilities, your intuition, your dream state, again, I think progressively, and that cycles. You enlighten more and more as they go on. 8th of the 10th, 10th of the 8th. I do think there's some things still a little bit stuck when it comes to faith, because you've got longing here as one of your blocks still. Longing for the things you cannot see, which means you haven't completely grounded this yet. This yarn energy. Oh my God, to believe that you are someone exceptional, head of the pack, whatever your work is meant to be, retiring early, your magical self, self-discovery, I think you're on the path. Because this is confirming it. You're someone exceptional, so you're noticed. You do get light codes. You do have that. And this person was meant to find their soul spark too. Self-discovery. It's like this person. I do think you're so close. It's just little things that just need tweaking. Not bad. You got the coffin with the yarn. So your emotion's more extreme than this. But that was their row too. You got it as well. Watch the whole thing. So remember I said, oh, maybe you do have a bit of that coffin energy you need to heal. So you do. You both do. But you got the yarn as well. So you would have had a lot of emotion. Their shadow was bad. I could just imagine this collective shadow when you met this person. So you still haven't learnt this. This defeats you still. This keeps you trapped. This is where you lose your faith and belief. This really needs a focus here, this collective. You don't believe enough, and you're a magician. So you still fall short to society's perception and expectations, even though you've activated. This yarn energy is just, again, it's the outside. Love should be like this, life should be like this should be like this, that should be like that. Like, this, I love you, my angels, but this is not healed in you. You still have not learnt to put structure and boundaries with people that make you feel like this. But this last one, you're on target. When it comes to your career, this close. When it comes to emotion, bit of work to do, I think, as each cycle goes on. So there's certain things here with your avoidance and pushing away inspired action that needs to be worked on. And when it comes to emotion of things you cannot see, not control, you need to let go of and ground. When it comes to your career, head of the pack, your ambition, time has come. There are some things you still crave, but that comes into this yarn. You can't see it. You got to surrender to it. But this you're on target. I feel for this collective, your career will definitely 100%. It takes off before, like, this is part of what needs to be done in your separation, just like this person. So last one. That comes first for this collective, your winning season. And you got travel, so maybe you guys are meant, that was their last card. Maybe you guys are meant to travel. 3rd of the 10th, 10th of the 3rd, or travel together, or global, business global, which could mean social media as well. Okay. I'm going to get their intention, then I want to see how they're seeing you as a person. I think you both have, I'm going to be honest, that first part, my angels, I can't see how this is going to be any form of good communication, but anyway, let's see their intention. All right. Well, that's good. They want to rebuild. Divine, that's good. So they're trusting in divine timing. Oh my God. That's good. Well, they need to work on this. Look at that. I can't get past that first part. I don't see how this is completely activated, but I do think they're softening. I'm working on my divine feminine side. I know I need to be more nurturing, understanding, and compassionate towards myself and others. I want to be more soft and loving towards you. There is something very special that you're both connected to divine time, because I wanted to get both of your, again, just watch the whole thing. So I want to take action towards you. I want to talk with you. I want to be with you and feel you. Please be patient with. They know it's not. There's a reason they compare to you. There's a reason they're seeing you as perfection and putting you on a pedestal, because they know, both of you, without you knowing, your achievements come first. For this collective. Watch the whole thing. And then rebuild. I feel there needs to be compromise. I believe that too for this collective in order to move forward. We both blamed each other and accused each other, especially this person. That blew me away. I want to heal all this with you. I know we can rebuild together. Number 37, 50, and 39. Oh, so they feel they're telepathically connected to you. And I said that before, that deviation about the access. I feel you through everything. The things I touch, the images I see, the voices I hear, we are connected throughout. These are nice cards. I'm not even going to say they're not. These are nice. These three here show how spiritually connected they are, like internally, which means they are growing. They are finding themselves. Oh, that's too many, but fateful encounters on the bottom. So you would have met each other quite serendipitously. Again, too many, but you got twin flame there with intuition underneath divine timing. But there was also attached, that girl boy with a snake. The absolute security, that deviation. So they did have that outlook. That when I said this person, absolute security, they had to learn life's not easy. I had an idealistic view on what Pisces could be important. Relationships should look like. You challenged that perspective and made me question my whole value system. I didn't understand what you were trying to teach me then, but I do now. So they are learning that lesson. That's good. Trust divine timing here. They need to learn that lesson. Otherwise, they will always give up too easy. They will always create fires and run when they just don't want to deal with the conflict or the ups and downs. This is one of their biggest lessons in to really persevere, to learn how to create longevity in all areas of their life. Truly to not give up. Like, that's a true lesson they need to learn. Beautiful. So rebuild and visionary, what's that paired with? And future, holy moly. So they really are tapping into their emotion. Memory from June 21st, August 5th, August 6th to September 21st could be important memory for them where they were lacking this empathy. I am devoted to returning to you. I do believe that, but there's some things here that need to be done. Because I see you being a big part of it, I finally see and understand everything. I'm feeling hopeful for our future. I'm envisioning back in it. No, that's good. I wanted to get how they see you. I actually want to see how the universe, what they see for this connection. I'm on the fence, because if your lessons that you're meant to learn, like, this person's done nothing but string you along and puzzle you. Like, why do I feel this person? Anyway, let's see. How does the universe, because neither of you got the divine card. Oh, there's that communicate. Okay. This is how, so you were meant to trigger each other's communication style. For you guys, this making contact, this going, this, that, this, it was meant to happen here. But you were meant to have a victory as well. But you were meant to handle this very carefully. You were meant to not miss specific details, realize how fragile and unique this relationship was. Focus in on all the, fine details here. This says perfect, but it's been coded. 27th of the 7th, 31st. Is there 30 days in September? No, there's no 31st. Maybe 31st of July. Or 31 could be important. But this victory could have been, this connection was meant to create your, because you both were meant to find success from this connection. Could have been to improve your reputation, for you to find fame and get an award and recognition. It was meant to teach you guys how to find your purpose, your security, your confidence, how to get things done, how to become bold, brave, reliable. I feel this was meant to crack you both open, but I don't know about... let's confirm. I don't want to get too many... Oh, there it is, the soul contract. So this was part of, maybe, this back and forth communication, learning how to communicate properly. This stalking energy, this is about the emails, like it was all part of it. Agreement, pact, cycle, soul contract, partnership, trust, alliance, commitment, circular, continuing on, promise, bond, the rings, 25. But this weird yarn energy was part of it. You got to let go of it and just trust in it. This collective, you're blocking it. You just believe this friction was meant to be here. Stop focusing on the time. It was meant to teach you how to release it. That fire, I always say, until we master it, we don't move to the next stepping stone. This is a fire in life you needed to learn to grow from. Without this person constantly making you feel this way, you wouldn't be hitting your verge of finally, F that, I don't want this shit in my life. Are you there yet? Not yet. You still see it as loss, death, over and done, break up, this, that. You haven't surrendered to it. And that was your biggest block in your separation energy, and it's your biggest block here in your connections. That's what you need to focus on, truly letting go and trusting, truly believing the universal flow of life. Until I learned this lesson of learning how to deal with this yarn and watch the whole thing, I'm creating a block in our energy thread for this collective. It's big. This is huge. So again, your win, victory, all of this stuff, it came from the stalemate. It came from them having a mask, and you wouldn't be building your life without it. If they blocked you, the delay tactics, all of the damage was part of your contract with this. Otherwise, you wouldn't be coming into your winning season, or either with this person, you would have held each other back. You would never have found your path. Oh God, when you really learn to see this properly, the proper details, not focusing on just the surface level programmed emotion, that you get a new beginning, fresh start, new intentions, a surprise, coming alive, growth, fertility. Maybe you're destined to have a baby with this person. A new cycle will begin. You're not seeing it right. You guys don't handle each other carefully or gently. Oh God, the tree of life, love from the start of time. It was meant another card of fertility. Grounded, teach you better health, vitality, personal growth, your past lives, past life connection, your evolving connection to source. Last one. Emperor. Both of you, your masculine energy, how to thrive in stability, not chaos, and the reconciliation. So it is here. Reconciliation, love, openness, expression, warmth, gratitude, happy, harmony, beauty, Emperor energy. But the mask needs to come down first. Love you guys. you can see it's not close. Like, you've got some stuff to do here. And until they have confidence, there's a reason the mask is on, because you guys haven't done your soulful things yet. I do think there's movement, I'm going to be honest, but I think it's to let go of the yarn energy. It's going to be puzzling. It's going to feel like a string along. Until you break that layer, every point of communication you get is going to be puzzling. It's going to feel like you're strung along because you're still so dependent on the answers and the outcome. So it's not about, oh, will there be movement? It's about break the cycle, break the layer. You're not going to get what you want from this movement, so why crave it? I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I feel this collective, when I was speaking about how obsessed they were, there would have still been a part of your soul that loved it, which means you're not ready for love. In the nicest way. And watch this whole reading, because everything you're meant to learn from this separation, and that's why they're on I feel you're both on a crossroads right now, and part of this next communication is part of that crossroads. Have you done everything you know you're meant to do, or are you still just too dependent on this companionship? Let's just confirm with these, and that's, I'm going to get you just some divine energy to focus on. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you're about to get manifestation. You're the magician. There's something coming in. Okay, but I always say be careful what you wish for. Yeah, they're not, neither of you are though. Neither of you are emotionally available yet. You might think so, but this will show you. I thought my eyeballs are on. You've got to know, it's not about having your heart closed or being angry. It's understanding this still, I got to trust my body's emotion. I'm anxious. My heart's palpitating. I can't put my phone down. It's creating an obsessive thought pattern. It shows your body's not ready. You haven't released it yet. And there's that someone else. I always say this, I said it in yesterday's collective. You genuinely know when it's time for, because you're not, you kind of get repulsed. You're just like, you're not sitting there wanting to know, and this, it's more like, oh, you're an idiot. Like, in this collective, I think you're still craving this way too much. I'm going to be honest, because you haven't let go of the yarn energy. It's your own internal thing you need to heal. 3 came out then. Love spell. You're still bewitched, but whatever's coming, it's the divine sending it. This is in divine timing. Through this breakup. Okay. But again, you don't have confession or so it's not like this person's wanting to come in and compromise, and it's not like they're wanting to come in and confess. They're going to present emotionally unavailable. This shows me it's time to break this. Not try and make it work right now. Not try to force a honeymoon phase when it's not ready, because that's all it will be. They could be attending. The red flags you ignore now come back and bite you on the bum later. So again, your body's emotion. That travel card. Could be attending someone's wedding, I was about to say, or you could have met this, and that's how they're going to lead, and that's how you see them, through intimacy, sexual chemistry, Knight of Wands energy. Trust yourself. Cycles, break the cycle. Whatever's coming is fated right now, but for you, again, break the layer. I'll get one more, but like I said, I don't think this person, I'm sticking to my guns. They're too full of themselves. Travel's important for this collective, but I would be traveling away from this right now. But that's up to you. I'm only here for advice. I would definitely recommend watching the whole reading, but again, that's up to you. All right, I'm just going to get you guys four of these, please. Okay, so this is what energy you just need to either focus on or let go of. All right, I'm trying to connect to you and give you a message. Can you hear me? Yeah, telepathically, obsessively. That's not good. You've got it when you're feeling their energy right now. There's a reason we deviated about that. Clear it out. Send yourself strength. I find a lot of you guys say, I feel them, I send them strength. If you really believe you want, give yourself strength. Pray for strength. By giving yourself strength, you're actually going to give them more strength, because you're standing in your power. You're seeing yourself. You're putting yourself first. Remember, that unconditional love starts with you, not them. Can you truly unconditionally love someone else if you don't unconditionally love yourself? I feel insecure, but it's pushing me to grow. So when the insecurities come up, and that yarn and focus on things that you can control that make you grow, all that inspired action they're trying to activate in you, the better structure, the better organization, better route, watch the whole thing. I'm looking for a way out of this situation so I can be free. There is something connected to them as well. The girl with the snake, that's someone else trying to sabotage this. Surrender to it. So what can you be free from? What are things in your life that you can be free from, especially when it comes to that yarn energy? That's one of your biggest blocks. I see you working on creating change, and I'm proud of what you're doing. And that's another big thing. It's the change you're meant to create that comes first in your separation. So keep working on that. That you can control. Head of the pack, right? So close, this one. I'm proud of what you were accomplishing, and I want to work on this mission with you. So this is why they probably watch you as well. They grow from you. Focus on that. Every time insecurities come, focus on that, or what makes you feel confident, right? Whatever situations you know you need to change in life, stop cancelling out your intuition. Do it. Have better mental discipline and willpower. When you feel they're accessing your energy, send yourself strength, not them strength. 7-7. Trust your intuition, not your overthinking mind. Last one. Another mission one. Another mission one. 5577. Our mission is unconditional love. How can you unconditionally love someone before you unconditionally love yourself and see yourself? And self-esteem is a big one. Are you truly confident? Do you truly love yourself? Are you truly in your worth? Because this person isn't. So maybe that's something you need to focus on as well. Clearing our programming is a necessary part of opening our hearts, and you both keep falling back to perception and programming. We spoke about that before. That's why you give into the desire and the yarn energy, because you can't control what's coming next. Nothing's tangible. So as society would say, oh, you're crazy. Why are you holding on to that? They're the things that you need to focus on, not this person. Again, advice, whatever's coming, it's going to be an impulsive drunk dial. It's going to be them adding you, not saying anything. It's going to be a, hey, what are you doing? Or, hey, send me a pic. Or there's nothing here about this person wanting to compromise, work it out. They haven't gone through that shadow state enough to make anything thrive relationship-wise in their life, not just you. So why repeat a cycle of hurt? So again, instead of thinking short-term, think long-term. See how they are on the arrival. If they've sent you this and that and they want to talk, a different story. But if they're just coming in that very blasé way, and your body's ignition is stressing, obsessing, pacing, can't put your phone, your body is saying, step away from this. This is already activating your trauma. It ain't going to get better. It's going to get worse. Be in control of the situation. Find empowerment from the situation by putting yourself first. 2013, that could have been important, or 13 by itself, 20 by itself. 5, 6, 7 in a row. 5, 6, 7, literally. 7, 6, 5. 5th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 5th. 20th of the 4th, 64, my favorite angel number. 20th of the 8th, 2020 could have been an important year as well. And then 3 by itself. Empress, stillness, sit in stillness. Oh, that card just came out. Remember your card. Did you see that? If you've watched right to the end, even after that, that's normally where people turn off when I start saying that. They're not. Remember, did you see that? Remember your soul contract comes first. Holy moly, that was magic. that part you should save. That part about your contract, their contract, and together's contract. Because until that's done, you know you've got to break these things and focus on the things you can control. Oh my God, and it's not far. You've got the windfall. I had a collective yesterday so close. It's when a few tweaks are made, things just start to unfold so quickly, especially if you've been on this journey for a long time. I've got a building block one and I've got the windfall one. You could have just bought pyrite as well. 10, trust in your completion. 1979. The little grape chard came out. So now I've seen it once and now I always see it when it comes out. I feel this collective, a lot of this person's trauma or your trauma could have started from a very young age to do with grape or at a young age as well. That takes a lot of time to heal. But something is coming in quick and rapidly. But is it masculine energy? Up to you. I'm here for advice. Chloe could be an important name. You are protected. This connection's protected. What's in your contract will always be. Even the things that need to come in before the main thing that you want. Okay, get down to the beach. You could have just gone to the beach. Aphrodite, baby Pearl. I do think this collective, you're destined to have a child here. G-O, go. H-E-B-N and I. Did that spell a word? I keep hearing goat. I don't know if you've just switched to goat milk or you eat goat cheese or you have a goat. And then E is on my... wanted to stay on my hand, and then B wanted to stay on my hand. B, maybe your nickname's B, or B's are a sign for you. All right, I love you, my angels. Have a good day.